Despite being fairly straightforward, the slasher genre can be a little bit hard to pull off. Hard Eyes is one of the best slasher movies I have ever seen. I adore this movie. I was pleasantly surprised every step of the way with this, so let's talk about this movie. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post new content. You can also follow me over on Rumble, rumble.com/HometowneZero. You can also follow me on X, HometownZeroYT. You can also follow me on Instagram at RealHometownZero. Okay, let's talk about this movie. There's not like a lot of really great slasher flicks. I think the first Scream is a masterpiece. I think some of the sequels were a little spotty. I thought the 5th and 6th movies were tremendous. I love all of the Friday the 13th movies. I love the Child's Play movies with Chucky. I love the Halloween films. It's a genre that's like really simple and straightforward, but is very like often poorly done. There's a lot of imitators, not a lot of greats. So Hard Eyes is basically about a serial killer that goes to like different parts of the country and kills a bunch of couples in each place on Valentine's Day over the last couple years. Of course, the killer has gained a bit of notoriety, and we start off with him killing a couple during their like wedding proposal outside of Seattle. And then the movie like kind of takes a little bit to find its footing. It establishes this relationship between our two lead characters, played by Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding, and she's like this ad agency person. She works in advertising, and she completely butchers this ad campaign because it's like super dark. And Jay is this guy who comes in to like fix the ad campaign and like kind of help salvage her career with the firm. And then they end up having like this romantic relationship that is or maybe isn't what either of them expect. And then of course they find themselves in the crosshairs of our killer. Everything about this movie really like clicks into place. And for like an hour and 40-minute film, it's basically like, it's perfect. I didn't have any complaints about this movie. Yeah, you could say it took a little bit to get going, but I don't think that's a concern. It really does help build this chemistry and warmth and genuineness between our two characters. So the movie has like some incredibly funny and great death scenes. The kills are tremendous. It's really dark. Movie also has a great sense of humor at the same time and manages to kind of do that dance to perfection, which not a lot of films of this genre can do. Also, fun fact, I had no idea that Mason Gooding was Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son, but he is. You have also seen him in the last 2 Scream films, so he's kind of a recognizable face at this point. But he's great here. Super charming. Olivia Holt is like really funny and genuine as this girl who's kind of down on her luck, and she's a bit of a hot mess and is like and they're both kind of like fumbling their way around looking for love in the midst of being stalked by this serial killer. So it all works. The ending of this movie is bonkers and great in all the right ways. It's hard to always nail the ending of a slasher flick, and honestly, Hard Eyes does it wonderfully. This is a delightful Valentine's themed horror movie, and I was floored by how much I liked it. This is like the kind of movie I would sit down and just watch every Valentine's Day because it really is that good. So I was really pleasantly surprised by this one. Went in having seen 0 pieces of marketing except for like a poster. I didn't watch any trailers, no scenes from the movie, had no idea who was in it, and really loved every second of it. So that's what I thought of Hard Eyes. Let me know what you think in the comments. Again, you can follow me on Rumble, Instagram, and X. And I will see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.